June 10th, 2019. In the Sonoran Desert, a woman found a dozen strange objects buried in her front yard. Thinking they were eggs, she brought them to us at the reptile shelter. They didn't look like eggs, and if they were, they had long since died. So I did what any alien with a human specimen would do, and cut that sucker open. This is what was inside.
Largest animals in the entire ocean. First up is the blue whale. These guys can get to over 100 feet long and they can weigh over 330,000 pounds. Their heart alone can weigh over 400 pounds and they're the largest animal in all of Earth's history. This is the lion's mane jellyfish. It is the largest jellyfish in the world. They can actually get to 120 feet long, which makes them the longest animal in the ocean. These guys have a really powerful sting. However, they are only found in the Arctic Ocean, so you're not really going to run into them anytime soon. The giant clam. This is actually one of the largest invertebrates in the world. These guys can weigh a total of 400 pounds and get to 4.5 feet across. These guys actually have a symbiotic relationship with photosynthetic algae to get food. This is the whale shark, the largest shark on Earth, and that is me, the biggest nerd on Earth. Now, the whale shark might be an absolutely massive shark, but they're gentle giants. They're actually filter feeders that pose no threat to humans, and they can reach over 50 feet long and over 40,000 pounds. More terrifying ocean facts. So let's get right into it. There are things called riptides or rip currents, and basically they are invisible shoreline currents that can pull you off the beach at 8 feet per second and are responsible for killing over 100 people every single year in the United States alone. And on the topic of drowning in the ocean, a horrifying thing to think about is you take 10 minutes longer to drown in the ocean than in freshwater, so your suffering will be prolonged in the ocean because of course it would be. However, your body will actually decompose or disappear 4 times faster in the ocean than on land, because everything in the ocean wants to feast upon your flesh. Now, a really horrifying and kind of sad socioeconomic fact is that when the Titanic sank, they actually only recovered the bodies of people who were rich, and they let poor people's bodies just sink to the bottom of the ocean, and they didn't even recover them, which is fucked up. Now, another horrifying thing to think about is, off the coast of California, a great white shark was attacked by something. We don't know what, probably a killer whale, but it caused another great white shark to dive a kilometer deep into the ocean and swim all the way to Hawaii.
This is what the Asian murder hornet can do to you. With its quarter-inch stinger, it can inject a venom called mandarotoxin, which is neurotoxic and affects the nervous system, causing temporary paralysis and loss of sensation where you're stung. It's also a necrotoxin, which means it can cause cell death. And to someone who's allergic to the venom, it can be lethal. Those allergic can suffer from anaphylactic shock, resulting in swelling of the eyes and mouth and throat, causing severe breathing problems, and a sharp drop in blood pressure, which can result in cardiac arrest. The venom from multiple stings can cause kidney failure, which can eventually result in multi-organ failure. The Asian murder hornet causes up to 50 deaths per year in Japan. They also kill honeybees, so that means less honey for us. Surprising stomach facts. Goblet cells in the lining of your stomach produce loads of mucus. This stops the hydrochloric acid in your stomach burning through it. Food doesn't need gravity to get to your stomach. If you ate food upside down, the food will still get to your stomach. That's because the muscles of the esophagus constrict and relax in a wave-like fashion called peristalsis. Spicy food does not cause stomach ulcers. It's caused by this nasty bacteria Helicobacter pylori, which burrows in the stomach lining.
Atau kau mau tahu tak salah satu daripada kengkera ni adalah imposter? Yes. One of this thing sebenarnya bukan kerengga tapi laba-laba. Cuba try teka. Jawapannya adalah yang atas ni spider, yang bawah ni adalah kerengga betul. Nampak tak? Dia ada antena sesungut yang betul. Ini antena dia sebenarnya adalah kaki depan dia. Nama saintifik orang adalah Mirma plata, dijumpai dekat kebanyakan hutan hujan tropika. Dia ada beza jantan betina, tapi dua-dua pun menyamar jadi kerengga juga. Ni betina, ni jantan. Dia orang menyamar sebab dia orang nakkan keselamatan dekat sarang kerengga. And kalau ada peluang, bila kerengga tengah tak sedar, dia orang akan bunuh kerengga tu dan makan. Yes, there is an imposter among us. Ada ke buat? Saya rasa awak pernah tengok kot video ni. Tapi kalau tak pernah tengok, well, enjoy, and it's a bit horrifying. Tu mentadak, and lepas tu nampak tak apa yang keluar kat belakang dia tu. Ya Allah Akbar. Perkenalkan, horsehair worm. Well, dinamakan horsehair sebab waktu dia keluar kat belakang tu kan, dia nampak macam, well, ekor kuda. Look, another one. Nampak tak dia baru keluar daripada cengkerik ni? And this thing is really fascinating sebab diorang boleh kawal minda serangga yang diorang jangkiti. Serupa sedikit pasal diorang ni adalah sejenis cacing parasite yang hanya menjangkiti invertebrata, selalunya serangga. Jadi kalau awak manusia, which I hope you are, then awak tak payah nak risau sangat lah. And this is them as a babies. Well, babies bukan baby lah, dia macam larva. And larva ni yang akan masuk dalam host diorang. Host tu maksud macam serangga tadi lah, where diorang akan membesar. Literally membesar dalam serangga tu kau-kau Awak tengok kan, this group of scientists, dia bedah mentadak ni untuk tengokkan horsehair worm tu. Nampak tak dalam tu? And bila tarik keluar, dia macam mi wantan. Okay? And bila diorang dah besar, diorang akan kawalkan otak host diorang untuk bawakan diorang ke tempat yang ada air. Contoh, nampak tak mentadak ni? Literally, mana ada mentadak yang nak masuk dalam air secara sukarela? Bukan setakat masuk sikit-sikit Dia masuk sampai tenggelam habis. Look at that. Look at that, mentadak kena kawal otak dong. This horsehair worm is like the best. Well, pada kita nampak macam the best lah. Pada serangga dia nampak macam, oh my god, this is an horror story. Biasa sampai lama dia orang akan keluar dan bertelur dan jadi larva balik.
2 weeks ago, I went to the Pacific Ocean to grab some water and look at it under the microscope. There was definitely quite a bit of life, but since then, I've been letting it simmer. This is what it looks like now.
With almost every single video that I post, I get at least one person in the comments saying that they're way too high for all this. I want to talk to just those people right now. Life on this planet started about 3.5 billion years ago. There's some evidence that it might have been a little bit before then, maybe as close as like 4 billion years ago, but at the latest, 3.5 billion years from very basic single-celled organisms all the way up to things like us. The sun is going to explode in about 4, maybe 5 billion more years. That means that life on this planet will be more different from us than we are from those early single-celled organisms. They will be so far beyond advanced and complex and different and weird that we could probably never even imagine what they would actually look like. So have fun imagining what they'd actually look like for the next hour or two.
Okay, sweetie. Question number 7. Which part of the human body increases to 10 times its size when stimulated? Now there is a clue. It starts with P and ends with S.
Pupils!
Of course it is. Question number 8.